I'm Gary Jackson, and I'm here to read a poem by Lynda Hull, and this poem is called Magical Thinking. Magical Thinking. A woman, after an absence of many years, returns to her old neighborhood and finds it a little more burned, more abandoned. Through rooftop aerials, the stadium still visible, where the boys of summer spun across the diamond, and some nights she'd hear strikes and pop flies call through the open windows of the room she shared with a man she thought she loved. All that summer, she watched across the street the magician's idiot son paint over and over the magic and costume shop's intricate portico, all frets and scallops, details from another century. The more he painted, though, the more his sheer purity of attention seemed to judge her own life as frayed somehow and wrong. Daily, the sun worked until the city swerved toward night's dizzy carnival with moons and swans afloat in neon over the streets. One evening, she saw the magician's trick bouquet flower at the curb while he filled his car. He folded the multicolored scarves, then caged the fabulous disappearing pigeons. It is a common human longing to want utterly to vanish from one life and arrive transformed in another. When the man came home, he'd touch her shoulders, her neck, but each touch discovered only the borders of her solitude. As a child in that neighborhood, she believed people were hollow and filled with quiet music, that if she were hurt deeply enough, she would break and leave only a blue scroll of notes. At first, when he hit her, her face burned. Far off, the stadium lights crossed the cool green diamond and burnished cobwebs swaying on the ceiling. Then she became invisible. So when the doctor leaned over and asked her name, all she could think of were her dresses, thrown from the window like peonies exploding to bloom in the clear, dark air. No music, merely a rose haze through her lids, something tickling in her head like a metronome in a parlor, dusty and aired with steam heat. How many lives she'd passed through to find herself an aging woman in black before the locked and empty shop. So much sleight of hand, the years simply dissolving. Again, she hears the crowd, a billow of applause rippling across the brilliant diamond, across the mysterious passage of time and the failure of sorrow to pass away.